Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Angel, for those of you who don't know me, and for those of you who do know me, hello, how are you? I hope that you're well. I am currently an absolute hot mess because Taylor Swift is going to be speaking at the NYU Commencement speech. Now, we are going to be reacting to it together, watching it for the first time live, and I am beyond excited. I actually just spent the past 15 minutes to 20 minutes crying in my kitchen because of how excited I am and proud I am of Taylor for accepting her honorary doctorate and for doing the commencement speech for NYU for all of these youth who are about to embark on the rest of their lives. I think it's like happening soon. It looks like everyone's getting seated, and I'm freaking out. Oh my gosh, they're playing the trumpets. Okay, wait, it might be happening now. But anyways, I'm really excited because Taylor is amazing. The fact that she manifested this honorary doctorate ever since her Vogue interview.
I really want an honorary doctorate degree because
the fact that she didn't even receive a school diploma in the average, ordinary way, and now she's wearing a cap and gown going up here to speak in front of all of them because of the amazing work that she has done by pursuing her passion and staying true to herself and not following the traditional path because she had a dream and because she believed in that dream. So I'm so excited. I'm really nervous to hear her speech, but I'm so excited for her and proud of her for her strength, her diligence, and just the beautiful woman she has grown into. I don't want to cry again.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
But I'm really proud of her. So yeah. Okay.
Of the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music.
This is it.
Tisch
Guys, this is
School
it.
of the Arts.
Guys, this is it. This is Taylor.
Who will present the candidate for Doctor of Fine Arts.
Oh, it's Taylor.
Will trustee Brett Rockhind please escort the candidate,
to the lectern. Come on, give me Taylor. Oh, she's such a cutie pie. Look at her.
Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Blazing singer-songwriter, producer, director, actress, pioneering and influential advocate for artists'
Yes,
rights.
that's my queen.
And philanthropist. You have brought joy
Wow.
and resolve to your hundreds of millions of fans throughout the world. One of the best-selling music artists in history.
Best-selling music.
You have crossed genres, demographics, age groups, and borders of all kinds
cry.
to touch lives around the globe. With 9 original studio albums, 2 re-recorded studio albums,
Hey, little Tony.
5 extended plays,
That was so cheeky.
3 live albums, and
She's so
14
cute.
compilations. You have sold well over 100 million album units.
Yeah, you have,
Earning
baby.
awards and honors in every category.
You have, queen.
You have used the remarkable platform you earned to
she's
galvanize support
overwhelmed.
for the Equality Act, to prevent discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation
She's
and
so
gender
powerful.
identity. And you have spoken out, and you have supported initiatives to protect women and girls
Yes, you
from
have.
harassment and sexual assault.
Yes, you have.
You have donated significantly to victims of floods and tornadoes, for cancer research,
so sorry, guys.
literacy
This is the most
programs for children,
embarrassing.
and public education.
Wait.
You have fearlessly challenged the exploitation
Fearlessly.
of music artists
Fearlessly.
and successfully championed their right to be compensated for their work.
Yes, you have. Yes.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Why did you say it like that?
You are a role model across the world for your unprecedented talent and accomplishment.
Yes.
Your fierce advocacy for protection of those facing discrimination and your commitment to speaking out
Speak now.
forcefully, eloquently, and effectively
Yes.
on behalf of all artists.
That's right, baby. That's my girl.
By virtue
Oh, they love her.
of the authority vested in me, I am pleased to confer
Wow.
upon you the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts,
Wow.
honoris causa.
They represented her so well. That was such a beautiful introduction to Miss Swift. Look at her. I don't know how she's not bawling crying right now. I took all those words in as if it was for me. I'm so proud of her. Wow, Taylor. Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, she's
I
overwhelmed.
am now pleased to introduce Taylor Swift, who will respond on behalf of the honorary degree recipients.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay. Angel, relax. Taylor's gonna speak. You want to hear her.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
Her classic intro.
Last time I was in a stadium this size, I was dancing in heels and wearing a glittery leotard.
Yes, you were. Reputation Stadium Tour.
This outfit is much more comfortable.
I can imagine so.
I would like to say a huge thank you to NYU's Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Bill Berkeley, and all the trustees and members of the board, NYU's President Andrew Hamilton, Provost Catherine Fleming, and the faculty and alumni here today who have made this day possible.
Oh, she's bringing peace back to my heart.
I feel so proud to share this day with my fellow honorees, Susan Hockfield and Felix Matos Rodriguez, who humble me with the ways they improve our world with their work.
She's such a smooth talker.
As for me, I'm 90% sure the main reason I'm here is because I have a song called 22.
No, you know why you're here. Stop the nonsense.
And let me
Taylor.
just say, I am elated
I'm
to be
elated.
here with you today as we celebrate and graduate New York University's
As we
class
celebrate
of
and graduate.
2022.
Can we believe Miss Swift is graduating in the class of 2022? I can't believe it. She's graduating with
Not
me.
a single one of us here today has done it alone. We are each a patchwork quilt
You
of
never
those
walk
who have loved
alone.
us, those who have believed in our futures,
Yes.
those who showed us empathy and
Yes.
kindness, or told us the truth even when it wasn't easy to hear.
Exactly.
Those who told us we could do it when there was absolutely no proof of that. Someone read stories to you and taught you to dream
And that was you.
and offered up some moral code of right and wrong for you
Taylor
to try
taught me
and
to
live by.
dream.
Someone tried their best to explain every concept in this insanely complex world to the child that was you as you asked a bazillion questions like, how does the moon work? And why can we eat salad but not grass? And maybe they didn't do it perfectly. No one ever can. Maybe they aren't with us anymore. In that case, I hope you'll remember them today. If they are in this stadium, I hope you'll find your own way to express your gratitude for all the steps and missteps that have led us to this common destination.
I love you, Mom. And not Mom Taylor, actual Mom.
I know that words are supposed to be my thing, but
They
I
are.
will never be able to find the words to thank my mom and dad, my brother Austin, for the sacrifices they made every day so I could go from singing in coffee houses to standing up here with you all today, because no words would
crazy.
ever be enough.
So crazy. It's amazing how far she has come.
To all the incredible parents,
This is so
family
embarrassing.
members, mentors, teachers, allies, friends, and loved ones here today who have supported these students in their pursuit of educational enrichment. Let me say to you now, welcome to New York.
It's been waiting for you. Oh, Taylor. I should have saw that coming.
I'd like to thank NYU for making me, technically, on paper at least, a doctor.
You know she's never gonna shut up
Not
about
the type
this.
of doctor you would want around in case of an emergency.
She's Grey's Anatomy trained.
Unless your specific emergency was that you desperately needed to hear a song with a catchy hook and an intensely cathartic bridge section.
Yes. Yes. That is what I need to feel most of the days, Taylor. So I will
Or
definitely take that.
if your emergency was that you needed a person who can name over 50 breeds of cats in 1 minute.
She's so cute.
I never got to have a normal college experience per se. I went to public high school until 10th grade and then finished my education doing homeschool work on the floors of airport terminals.
She's such an
Then
icon.
I went out on the road for radio tour, which sounds incredibly glamorous, but in reality, it consisted of a rental car, motels, and my mom and I pretending to have loud mother-daughter fights with each other during boarding so no one would want the empty seat between us on Southwest. As a kid, I always thought I would go away to college, imagining the posters I would hang on the wall of my freshman dorm. I even set the ending of my music video from my song Love Story at my fantasy imaginary college, where I meet a male model reading a book on the grass, and with one single glance, we realized we had been in love in our past lives. Which is exactly what you guys all experienced at some point in the last 4 years, right?
Exactly. Of course.
But I really can't complain about not having a normal college experience to you because you went to NYU during a global pandemic.
You did.
Being essentially locked into your dorms and having to do classes over Zoom. Everyone in college during normal times stresses about test scores. But on top of that, you also had to pass like 1,000 COVID tests. I imagine the idea of a normal college experience was all you wanted too. But in this case, you and I both learned that you don't always get all the things in the bag that you selected from the menu in the delivery service that is life.
That's so
You get
true.
what you get.
You do get what you get.
And as I would like to say to you wholeheartedly, you should be very proud of what you've done with it.
They've done so much.
Today, you leave New York University and then go out into the world searching what's next.
Yes.
And so will I.
Yes, you will, Queen. Maybe the next re-recording. She's so eloquent with her voice. Her
So as a
delivery.
rule,
Oh, it's so sweet.
I try not to give anyone unsolicited advice unless they ask for it.
They're asking for
I'll go
it.
into this more later. I guess I have been officially solicited in this situation to impart whatever wisdom
Yes.
I might have to tell you things that have helped me so far in my life. Please bear in mind that I in no way feel qualified to tell you what to do. You've worked and struggled and sacrificed and studied and dreamed your way here today. And so you know what you're doing. You'll do things differently than I did them and for different reasons. So I won't tell you what to do because no one likes that. I will, however, give you some life hacks I wish
Yeah.
I knew when I was
Give me
starting out
some
my
life
dreams
hacks,
of
Taylor.
a career
Help me,
and
please.
navigating life,
I need some
love,
navigation.
pressure, choices, shame, hope, and friendship.
Yeah, let's hear
The
it.
first of which is life can be heavy. especially if you try to carry it all at once.
So true.
Part of growing up and moving into new chapters of your life is about catch and release. What I mean by that is knowing what things to keep
And what to let
and what
go.
things to release.
You know
You
when it's time to
can't
go.
carry all things,
You can't.
all grudges,
It's too much pressure.
all updates on your ex, all enviable promotions your school bully got at the hedge fund his uncle started.
Yeah, you can't take
Decide
that all with you.
what is yours to hold
Exactly.
and let the rest go.
You gotta let go of the negative
Oftentimes,
people.
the good things in your life are lighter anyway,
Exactly.
so there's more room for them.
Angels can fly 'cause
One
they take
toxic
themselves
relationship
lightly.
can outweigh so many wonderful, simple
And
joys.
you don't want that to happen.
You get to pick what your life has time and room for. Be discerning.
It's such a blessing, too.
Secondly, learn to live alongside cringe. No matter how hard you try to avoid being cringe, you will look back on your
Spoken
life
like a true millennial.
and cringe retrospectively.
It's true, you gotta just accept it. Make fun of yourself, self-deprecation. It's all okay.
Cringe is unavoidable
It's
over a
unavoidable.
lifetime.
It's so true.
Even the term cringe
It's
might
cringe.
someday be deemed cringe.
It's already cringe, Taylor.
I promise you, you're probably doing or wearing something right now that you will look back on later and find revolting and hilarious. You can't avoid it, so don't try to. For example, I had a phase where,
Bleachella?
for the entirety of 2012,
No.
I dressed like a 1950s housewife.
And that was beautiful. It was a great era.
But you know what? I was having fun.
And that's all that
Trends
matters.
and phases are fun. Looking back and laughing is
It's
fun. And while we're talking about things that make us squirm but really shouldn't, I'd like to say I'm a big advocate for not hiding your enthusiasm for things.
Yes, you shouldn't have to. It's so, I'm gonna cry again. It's so good to feel joy and to be excited about what you
It
love.
seems to me
That's
that there is a
okay.
false stigma around eagerness
It's so
in our
true.
culture of unbothered ambivalence. This outlook perpetuates the idea that it's not cool to want it. The people who don't try are fundamentally more chic than people who do.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know because I've been a lot of things, but I've never been an expert on chic. But I'm the one who's up here, so you have to listen to me when I say this.
Woo!
Never be ashamed of trying. Effortlessness is a myth. The people who wanted it the least were the ones I wanted to date and be friends with in high school.
Yeah.
The people who want it the most are the people I now hire to work for my company.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
I started writing songs when I was 12, and since then, it's been the compass
I can't believe I've been
guiding
crying
my
this
life,
whole
and
time.
in turn, my life guided my writing.
Yeah.
Everything I do is just an extension of my writing, whether it's directing videos or a short film, creating the visuals for a
too
tour, or standing on a stage performing. Everything is connected by my love of the craft.
Yeah.
The thrill of working through ideas and narrowing them down and polishing it all up in the end, editing, waking up in the middle of the night, throwing out the old idea because you just thought of a newer, better one, or a plot device that ties the whole thing together. There's a reason they call it a hook.
Yeah.
Sometimes a string of words just ensnares me, and I can't focus on anything until it's been recorded or written down. As a songwriter, I've never been able to sit still or stay in one creative place for too long. I've made and released 11 albums, and in the process, I've switched genre from country to pop to alternative to folk. And this might sound like a very songwriter-centric line of discussion, but in a way, I really do think we are all writers.
We are.
And
of
most
our
of
own
us
stories and narratives.
write in a different voice for different situations. You write differently in your Instagram stories than you do your senior thesis.
Yeah.
You send a different type of email to your boss than you do your best friend from home. We are all literary chameleons.
We are.
And I think it's fascinating.
It is fascinating.
It's just a continuation of the idea that we are so many things
There's so many
all the time.
things.
And I know it can be really overwhelming figuring out who to be and when.
Yeah.
Who you are now and how to act in order to get where you want to go. I have some good news.
Tell me.
It's totally up to you.
But I don't know what to do.
I have some terrifying news.
It's totally up to you.
It's totally up to you. I said to you earlier that I don't ever offer advice unless someone asks me for it, and now I'll tell you why.
Okay.
As a person who started my very public career at the age of 15, it came with a price. And that price was years of unsolicited advice. Being the youngest person in every room for over a decade meant that I was constantly being issued warnings
Yep.
from older members of the music industry, media,
what you
interviewers,
shouldn't do.
executives. And this advice
How to behave proper.
often presented itself as thinly veiled warnings.
Yeah.
See, I was a teenager at a time when our society was absolutely obsessed with the idea of having perfect young female role models.
Yeah. She's so
It felt
right.
like every interview I did included slight barbs by the interviewer about me one day running off the rails. And that meant a different thing to every person who said it to me.
Exactly.
So I became a young adult while being fed the message that if I didn't make any mistakes, all the children of America would grow up to be perfect angels. However, if I did slip up,
It's over.
the entire earth would fall off its axis,
Yeah.
and it would be entirely my fault, and I would go to pop star jail forever and ever.
Yeah.
It was all centered around the idea that mistakes equal failure.
That's not
And
true.
ultimately, the loss of any chance at a happy or rewarding life. This has not been my experience. My experience has been that my mistakes led to the best things in my life. And being embarrassed when you mess up, it's part of the human experience.
It is.
Getting back up, dusting yourself off,
People throw rocks at things that
and seeing who
shine.
still wants to hang out with you afterward and laugh about it, that's a gift.
That's a gift.
The times I was told no, or wasn't included, wasn't chosen, didn't win, didn't make the cut. Looking back, it really feels like those moments were as important, if not more crucial, than the moments I was told yes.
Yeah. Those are the watershed
Not being invited
events.
to the parties and sleepovers in my hometown made me feel hopelessly lonely. But because I felt alone, I would sit in my room and
you'd
write the
write
songs that
music.
would get me a ticket somewhere else.
Exactly.
Having label executives in Nashville tell me that only 35-year-old housewives listen to country music, and there was no place for a 13-year-old on their roster,
Nope.
made me cry in the car on the way home. But then I'd post my songs on my MySpace,
Yes.
and yes, MySpace. And I would message with other teenagers like me who loved country music, but just didn't have anyone singing from their perspective.
Yeah.
Having journalists write in-depth, oftentimes critical pieces about who they perceived me to be made me feel like I was living in some weird simulation. But it also made me look inward to learn about who I actually am. Having the world treat my love life like a spectator sport in which I lose every single game was not a great way to date in my teens and 20s.
I can't imagine it being so.
But it taught me to protect my private life fiercely.
Fearlessly.
Being publicly humiliated over and over again at a young age was excruciatingly painful, but it forced me to devalue the ridiculous notion of minute by minute, ever fluctuating social relevance and likability.
Yeah. That's powerful. That is so powerful.
Getting canceled on the internet and nearly losing my career gave me an excellent knowledge of all the types of wine.
It's true. That brought her into a rap era.
I know I sound like a consummate optimist, but I'm really not. I lose perspective all the time. Sometimes everything just feels completely pointless. I know the pressure of living your life through the lens of perfectionism.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm talking to a group of perfectionists because you are here today.
I know I'm not there,
graduating
but I'm a
from
perfectionist
NYU.
too. So I feel it. Taylor. I feel like she's talking to me right now.
So this might be hard for you to hear. In your life, you will inevitably misspeak, trust the wrong person, underreact, overreact, hurt the people who didn't deserve it, overthink, not think at all, self-sabotage, create a reality where only your experience exists, ruin perfectly good moments for yourself and others, deny any wrongdoing, not take the steps to make it right, feel very guilty, let the guilt eat at you,
She sounds like
hit rock
Rapunzel
bottom,
right now.
finally address the pain you caused, try to do better next time, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. I love her little smile thing she does.
And I'm not gonna lie. These mistakes will cause you to lose things. I'm trying to tell you that losing things doesn't just mean losing.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, when we lose things,
You find yourself.
we gain things too.
You gain things.
Now you leave the structure and framework of school and chart your own path.
Yeah.
Every choice you make leads to the next choice, which leads to the next, and I know it's hard to know which path to take. There will be times in life where you need to stand up for yourself. Times when the right thing is actually to back down and apologize. Times when the right thing is to fight. Times when the right thing is to turn and run. Times to hold on with all you have. And times to let go with grace.
Yeah.
Sometimes the right thing to do is to throw out the old schools of thought in the name of progress and reform. Sometimes the right thing to do is to sit and listen to the wisdom of those who have come before us. How will you know what the right choice is in these crucial moments? You won't.
No.
How do I give advice to this many people about their life choices? I won't. The scary news is you're on your own now. But the cool news is
You're
on your own now.
Period. I heard that period out there.
I leave you with this. We are led by our gut instincts, our intuition, our desires and fears, our scars and our dreams. And you will screw it up sometime.
That's okay.
So will I. And when I do, you will most likely read about it on the internet.
I will.
Anyway, hard things will happen to us. We will recover. We will learn from it.
We will.
We will grow more resilient
We will.
because of it. And as long as we are fortunate enough to be breathing, we will breathe in, breathe through, breathe deep, and breathe out.
Okay.
And I am a doctor now,
You are a
so I know
doctor
how
now.
breathing works.
You do. I have to listen to you.
I hope you know how proud I am to share this day with you. We're doing this together,
We are.
so let's just keep dancing like we're the class of 22.
That was beautiful. That was the most moving speech of my entire life. Guys, we just witnessed history. And you just witnessed me.
Please welcome the
absolutely
Steinhardt
losing my
Singers
mind.
with a tribute to New York City and the class of 2022.
Okay. I think I'm gonna end the video here because I need to go regroup and reevaluate my life. But everything she just said rang so much truth to me, and I hope it rang as much truth to you, that we are the creators of our own lives, and it's okay not to know all of the decisions, not to know exactly where we're going to go next, because as long as we stay true to ourselves, as long as we own up to our mistakes and accept that we're not perfect, no matter how perfect we think we should be, if we can just accept those little mistakes and those little turns off of the path, we're gonna be just fine, and we're gonna find what we're meant to be, and we're gonna pursue our dreams and be passionate, dance like we're 22, because it's 2022 now, and all we can do is keep on moving forward. So yes, thank you, Taylor, for speaking for the students at NYU, for being a student at NYU, getting your honorary doctorate, and for making me feel really, really grounded and a little unstable at the same time. That seems to be the two emotions you give me the most use of. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.